we are going to talk about how you can use engagement to drive sales in your business within your social media strategy. Guys, this is part 2 of my 4-part series, Post to Profit. Let's get right into it. Can you guys tell how genuinely excited I get just talking about this? I don't know what it is about this series that just gets me so hyped up, but your girl is hype. She is hype, okay? If this is your first time seeing my face, you're probably new here. My name is Chanella, and over here I help business owners figure out their social media marketing strategy using content to help them drive sales and grow their brand on social media. So if this is something that you want to learn about, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button and join the fam. So guys, if you missed part 1, I have created a playlist on my YouTube video, so please go over to my channel and check it out. Part 1, we talked all about the basics, all the foundations that we need to bear in mind before we can even get to the stage of engagement. Because if your foundation is wrong, if the content that you're putting out is not valuable enough and relevant enough, then nothing you do in the engagement stage is going to help you really get the quality leads that you are desiring. So please, it's linked in my description box as well. I've given you multiple options, multiple places you can go to get to watch part 1. Now, when we think about engagement, oftentimes the first things that come to our mind usually is likes, comments, saves, and shares. And of course, this is a form of engagement when we're looking to our social media platforms. This is one of the things we measure when we want to determine whether or not our content is really resonating. But for business owners, a lot of times what you really want as a return on your investment is actually leads, is actually sales. And so having been a content strategist for almost 5 years now and working primarily with digital and working with businesses for over 3 years now, I've recognized that there is actually a difference in the types of engagement that we're talking about here. There are 2 different types of engagement that business owners need to consider when they are looking to measure their performance and they're looking to optimize their strategy to generate more sales. Now, the first type of engagement, I refer to it as the social engagement. It's the one where you want to know that people are looking at the content, that your community is building, that persons are actually expressing interest, that your account is not boring. You want to know that you're not talking to crickets. You want to see people commenting. You want to see people liking and sharing your content and saving your content. These are all the socially based types of engagement when you really think about it, and it all links back to what are people saying, what are people thinking. But when we're talking about engagement that drives sales, that will turn your posts into profit, we are talking about high value engagement. So in today's video, we are going to break down high value engagement and what you need to be doing, the types of content which works for driving high value engagement for your business. In part 1 of this series, I emphasized a lot that you should be posting content for your consumer, not for your business. I emphasize that you need to know your customer. You need to know the behavior, the things that are relevant to them. And the reason why this is important is because if you don't know what I am interested in, if what I like, what I desire, how will you be able to sell to me? And how will you encourage me to even ask a question about your business or services? And so high value engagement begins by ensuring that at the foundation, the content that you're creating, the messaging that's within the content that you're creating correctly aligns to a problem or a need or a solution that your target customer has. Now, once you've established that messaging, that core messaging, you now need to decide, how can I use this message to drive someone into making a purchase? In order to execute this, I need you guys to take into consideration the buyer's journey. High value engagement, the one that drives leads and sales into your business, it is primarily based on your buyer's journey. If you're in sales or if you've just been in business for a while, you may know exactly what I'm talking about. But if not, and you're a new entrepreneur, it's important for you to keep this in mind. In your buyer's journey, there are 3 different points along that journey that your prospective customer will come in contact with in regards to your business. The first point in the journey is the attraction phase. It's where, literally as it sounds, it's where your business, your product, your service attracts a customer. So think of it this way. Let's say we're going window shopping and I am passing a store that sells shoes. And at the window, I see a flyer that says shoes available for women who are becoming flat-footed. I personally is someone who struggled with something like that. So if I see that, I'm like, that sounds pretty interesting. The flyer, the message has attracted me. And now I'm looking at the door and I'm contemplating, maybe I should go inside and check out what type of shoes they have. So now I'm inside the store and I am looking at the shoes, the different types. I'm feeling it out. I'm trying it on. I'm trying to figure out, do I really want this? Is it really worth the money? I have moved from the attraction phase of the buyer's journey to now the consideration phase, that middle ground where I'm trying to decide, is it worth it or not? Then a store representative comes to me and is walking me through the different features of the shoe and really telling me and showing me why it's important for me to get these shoes in order to solve my problem. This person is helping me in the consideration phase to figure out what my issue is and to also determine the value of this product and to make a decision. And once she says, hey, by the way, there's also a discount, I'm like, I am now at the decision phase where I can decide, which is the third phase in the buyer's journey. Okay, I want to purchase these shoes. The buyer's journey is applicable to your social media marketing, to your content marketing, just the same. And so when you're looking to have high value engagement that can bring sales, keep in mind that this will be the type of content that is suitable for the consideration and the decision phase of your buyer's journey. Content that drives high value engagement does not look like the quick 6 to 10 second reels that has a tip or two that will tell you, POV, this is what you should do, or here are 5 quick tips to do this and to do that. Those are the attraction type of content. It's the type of content that you see the most on social media. So the short reels, the quick tips, the POVs, these are all different types of content that's suitable to attract people to your brand. They are the flyer on the wall. They are the sign that's hung up on your store. Think of those content as those type of things. So they attract. When we're talking about helping someone to consider an option, to understand their problem, and most importantly, to determine whether or not your business is the right fit for them to solve their problem, we're talking about a longer form of content, and we're talking about the setting which allows you as the business owner to have a direct communication between you and the person. And so now we're looking at contents like webinars, long format YouTube videos like this one, but probably in a more private setting. So that could be engrafted in a challenge that persons have to quite literally sign up to be a part of. And so you're collecting emails and they're getting the chance to respond to you as you are live with them online. They can ask questions, you can answer back to them. You have a direct line of communication. Maybe you're making a presentation of some sort about an issue that they're having and you're giving them value. And in return, it's helping them to understand, maybe my problem can be solved. Maybe I can really talk to this person about fixing my issue. High value engagement is all about the in-depth giving value, giving key insights, really the type of information that will help someone to literally make a purchasing decision. So this type of engagement is going to come through different formats, and the reason why it's termed as engagement is because it's channeled through your social media, but it also requires someone to sign up. It requires persons to participate. It requires persons to literally engage with your brand, to engage with you if you are the point person managing your account. So there has to be a structure to this. So let's say, for example, you are a business consultant and you want to work with people who are primarily in communications to help them to start their own business. You may decide, all right, I'm going to build my brand on LinkedIn, because a lot of persons in marketing, they hang out on LinkedIn. They're looking to expand their network, build their network. They're looking to get customers. So of course, you're going to choose LinkedIn as one of your primary platform. Your content strategy may look like this. For the attraction phase, you may have carousel posts that talk about quick tips. You may share your own story about how you yourself has managed to build a business and now how you're helping other persons to build their own businesses. These are different types of content that drive the attraction phase for within the buyer's journey. You can then put within your strategy for high value engagement, okay, at the end of Q1, I am going to host a webinar, a free webinar for communication officers who wants to start their own business to join for free. You can decide to run this invitation for a couple of weeks, get persons to sign up, to ask questions about this webinar. You can run some ads if you so choose on this webinar. As persons are signing up, they're probably asking you questions. They're probably anticipating what they're going to learn through this webinar. When the day of the webinar comes and you're executing, now you have the chance to directly talk and engage with your ideal customer. Because keep in mind, these are persons who signed up because you're literally able to solve a problem or give them some answers to something that they're desiring. So already we know that we've established that these people are literally the people that I want to be working with. The only difference is whether or not they can afford your service. And in your presentation, you're giving them so much value and they're getting a chance to really hear your knowledge, but then they can now engage back with you by asking questions. So how do I do this? How do I do that? Do you offer this? Can your service help me with that? They are engaging with you, but directly and in a more high quality way. And so therefore this type of engagement is way more valuable than simply the person who likes a post and scrolls away. This is the type of engagement that gives you the platform to literally do an exchange of goods and service, or do an exchange of service. And if you're a service-based company, you're not necessarily selling products. So when you're in this webinar, let's say, for example, to really drive home that decision, decide to provide a discount to all the persons who signed up for your webinar, who are interested in your one-on-one coaching program. They get an exclusive discount because they decided to come to the webinar and they engage with you. Then it's an even more encouraging way to get someone to decide, you know what, it wouldn't hurt, since there's a discount, to try it out and see how this goes. And in that moment, you have found yourself successfully driving engagement to sales. So webinars are pretty empowering. Masterclasses are very empowering. Sometimes I see persons, they will host challenges. So they'll have 3-day challenges where they form a group on Facebook. You join the group, you're engaging with persons within the group, and it's this exclusive community that persons feel so special to be a part of. But it gives you the chance to directly talk to the right people rather than simply just throwing the content out there and just hoping that the algorithm will do you justice. High value engagement and this type of strategic way of creating content and different challenges and programs around content is a real game changer when you're relying heavily on social media. It shouldn't be a case where all you're doing is just posting and all you're doing is just attracting persons. You will attract persons, but you have to also help persons to consider actually buying from you. And the best way to get someone to do that is to help them to understand their problems and help them to see that you're on the other end of their solution. So I really encourage you guys to really integrate this into your marketing. You can advertise through your stories, you can advertise through your reels, let persons know at the end of every single month there's this exclusive challenge or exclusive space that you can come and talk to me directly one-on-one to learn more about my service while also getting value for free. it really, really works. And so today's video, I wanted to heavily focus on that. I have created the Post to Profit guide. It's a free guide that's also linked in my description box below. Under the section of engagement, I did mention masterclass and webinars, but this video is the key to breaking down that particular suggestion even more. If you guys want to download the workbook, I do encourage you to do so, because there are also additional advice in there that is pretty important for you to keep in mind. But it's very important to understand why these types of content are still so important. Believe it or not, as much as how the attention span of persons are really short, if after you've established your business for a while, if after you've attracted the right persons for a while, it's now time to do something different by engaging with the persons that you have attracted in a different way and in a more meaningful way, and in a way that actually moves the needle in your business. And that was part 2 of my 4-part series, Post to Profit. Guys, thank you so much for watching and tuning in. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at the Content Hub JA, because over there every single day I'm breaking down these tips even further, and we're having a whole good old time. So I encourage you guys to give me a follow, and also send me a DM or comment down below if you have anything to ask. I'm usually very responsive. Stay tuned for part 3 and 4, which are coming up in the next 2 weeks. I can't wait to continue to unravel all this valuable content. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking of going live for part 4, but I will confirm that with you guys pretty soon. So make sure you're following me so that you're notified with all my updates. Thank you guys so much for watching again. Remember to give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to like-minded users, and also subscribe if this has been your first time watching my video and you thoroughly enjoyed it. That means you will enjoy my other videos and more to come. I will see you guys in my next video. Have a good one. Bye.